Hi friends, I got a little reading for you. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Molly and this is Soul School. Okay, I'm just start touching a deck because like the information wants to come through, but I also just want to say a few things real quick. Welcome. I hope you guys are well. If you guys are interested in personal readings, all the information is down below. Keep an eye out for the community tab because tomorrow I am going to go ahead and post the announcement for my first seminar. It's going to be free. I'm working with a new phone, so if it feels like I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm looking at me. You know how it goes. All right. I love you guys so much. Here's the reason for the reading today. It just came through. The Wheel of Fortune wants to talk. So I was like, all right, let's get some decks out and see if he shows up. There was another message that came through. It actually was a reminder of a deck that I don't own that is called, I believe, the Chesta Tarot, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune is honestly one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. But the description for this particular card in the Chesta Tarot, the Wheel of Fortune, in the description, the phrase that ended up, like, I loved it so much, I posted this phrase everywhere because it's just so uplifting, all right? Lament not the world's sorrows, for they come from joy, and to joy they will return. That's pretty freaking cool. I like that a lot. I get the idea that, oh God, come on, all right. We got big energies coming through. We're watching a cycle come to a close, okay? What has gone around, ready to come back around. All right. There are many, many, many different timelines. That's an interesting energy. All right, and we have to be careful. All right. We have to be diligent, okay? We really have to be diligent. Wow, look at all these sevens, you guys. Okay. Seven is, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into the flow. I don't know the purpose of the reading. I don't really have a question other than let's just see what the cards want to say. So we have the Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Seven of Wands on the table right now. And I just keep hearing you've got to do your due diligence because some of you guys know that what we're being told about what's going on in the world today is not what's really going on in the world today. Okay? Oh, fuck. Judgment card underneath that. All right, let's talk about what else is on the table. Hermit is reversed. Okay. Hermit is reversed, and he's going to just stay on top because he wants to talk in a minute. Look at this. This is how I know we're talking about illusions. Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Moon reversed. All coming out together. And then we have the High Priestess and Judgment. And the energy that I'm getting is just that. And this is a very broad reading. It's a very broad reading. I don't think I need to really sit down and dress like world events. I don't know, is that what we're doing? It might be what we're doing, but they just want me to talk to you about what's going on in the world right now. Okay? Secrets are coming out. Secrets, things that have been buried for a very, very, very long time are coming out. And I can provide to you guys just some illustrations of how this is happening because that's what Spirit wants me to talk about. The fact that it is all connected. One of the ways in which this is really significant, so I'm just going to put the cards down and spend some time on it. This is a phenomenon that I have observed just online, seeing people go through a certain thing and thinking, man, they're digging up truths that have been locked away for hundreds of years, okay? And the group of people that I'm talking about right now is there are descendants of slaves in the United States of America who have begun doing the research, right? To try to follow their family line, to try to get some information about family history that was not there for them before. And what's happening is they're digging up, they're finding records that nobody wants to find, right? There is a lot of suppressed trauma in those documents. And I'm not talking about family trees, okay? I'm talking about like bills of sale for human beings, right? Think of all the darkness that is pent up in that is being brought to the light. And I tell you what, ancestors, they are singing. They are singing to see stuff like this happening. But it's not just happening in that area of the world. It's happening all over the place. They're showing me just like chasms opening up in the ground. Like, you know, like if you were watching a cartoon when you're a kid and it starts with a little crack in the ground and it just opens. It just opens. Okay? There's a lot of truths that some of us have known for a long time, but we don't really talk about. Okay? And I feel like this is about the world. Take it as you will. And people are starting to call them out. This judgment is showing up like a call out card, okay? I talk a lot about call-ins rather than call-outs when it comes to people, right? Because the average person is just doing the best that they can. And if you think they can do better, instead of like vilifying them by calling them out, it's good to reach out to them, like call them in, be like, hey, everything okay? Can we talk? Is there something you need? What's going on here that's making you act this way? But institutions, no, let's call them out. Let's call them out. Let's call them out. Dang, they just showed me her hands. Oh my God, I'm getting chills. And she looks like she's unrolling that scroll in her lap. Okay, so if you've studied tarot, this scroll in her lap is a symbol of secrets. Okay? It's like mystery school stuff. Not everybody gets to study this kind of stuff. It takes several initiations, right? But I really feel like she is, okay, that's interesting. They're showing me like a tag team between the High Priestess and the Justice card, okay? And Justice in this case, it's not even on the table, but it's in my head, okay? Justice in this case is not the institutions that purport to be representing justice. Justice is the natural order of the universe. And man, don't get all revelations on me. Are we getting, okay. This scroll is being unrolled. There are trumpets. Okay. Now, the word revelation, that's what it is. It's a revelation, okay? There was a revelation to John. That's what the last book of the Bible is about, of the New Testament, okay? There is also the word apocalypse. And I believe the word apocalypse literally just means like a grand revelation of truth. They're showing me so many different ways to get this across. Stuff being unburied. And coming out into the light. Things that have not been in the light in a very, very, very long time. Oh my gosh, are we serious? Okay. 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 What if instead of this being about political events playing out, it's about the history of Earth as we have known it? Okay, you guys, Wheel of Fortune to me is a time capsule energy. Sometimes that's the way it appears. It's like a time capsule. What do you do with a time capsule? You bury it. And when do you dig it up? When it's time. things that have been guarded and protected for a very, very, very long time. I'm just going to say there have been energies protecting. Are we serious? Things that are underground. Okay? What does this Hermit Reverse have to do with all of this? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. Divine Spirits of Love and Light. Archangels, Ancestors, Allies, and Guides. I'm so glad we're talking today. I'm so very glad to be here with you. Okay. I get it. So this is what's really, really hard. Okay. The Hermit just wants to be in his cloak, staring at his lantern. That's what he wants. He's doing the inward seeking, right? But then this feeling creeps up that's like, wait, is there something that something that I'm missing? Something that I've been misled about? Something that I've been deceived about? This King of Swords Reverse often comes up as somebody who is not using his sword in a very friendly way. Let's just say that. That's not who this is. This is somebody who's just all like, I'm here looking for truth within, but all of a sudden there's this grand revelation of truth without. And so this Two of Swords is like, what direction do I put my attention? I said swords, but it's pentacles. Both, by the way, the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, you realize they're sitting on the same scenery. They have the same scenery, right? It's like they're standing in the same location. Because when you look at the scenes, there's always this ocean in the background. I don't know why I feel like they're like sitting on the same spot on the beach. Okay? And the Two of Swords is like, I don't even know what direction to move at all. There's no path that even looks like I want to go down it. And this one is like, I got these two paths and I gotta pick. Where am I gonna put my attention? Where's this? Yeah. Okay. Ships are changing course. And there's a lot of birds in this one. This is an older deck. I have two of these Morgan Greer decks. One that I use for meditation, and it's just a couple years old. It's not very worn down. This deck, you can see, look, all the spots. I've been reading since the 20th century, literally. Let's see. And this, I got a new phone, you guys. It doesn't focus great. But I feel like there's tons of birds around this ship. Tons. And then these three birds are coming to bring us some information. Okay? Birds are guidance. Pardon me. Sorry. Birds are guidance. Sorry for the noise. All right? Seven is a moment, and I just keep hearing the word diligence, okay? And diligence comes in, you have to do your due diligence when it comes to considering the information that's available to you. You've got to really, how do I say? You've got to be critical. Like, you can't just hear a story and then turn around and repeat it. Nah, you got to look stuff up. And if you don't trust it, don't trust it, okay? If you don't trust it, don't trust it. You guys, I don't know if I ever posted that video, but I made a video a while back where I talked about, like, disclosure, okay? I think I did, maybe in January. It's been a while. Where I talk about, like, disclosure and the different forms that could take. Because I think a lot of people have this idea that the government's going to be like, burr, 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 hello, we want to tell you that we've been talking to aliens. Or that they're just going to, like, land, which... they're not. I mean, not in the way that we think, okay? If you guys are interested, I know it's like almost 50 years old at this time, but Voices of the Confederation, you guys can actually get that. If you go to llresearch.org, go to their library, you can get a free PDF of Voices of the Confederation. It was compiled sometime back in the 1970s, and it's all channeled information. And a lot of the information that comes through is like, here's why we don't just drop down on your planet and say, hey. Here's why we, the extraterrestrials, are not getting involved at this time. Okay? And it's a really, really, really good argument. They're like, look, we know humans. You're either going to worship us or start a war with us. We don't want either of those things. Let's give it time, okay? But that is why, here it is again, the last judgment. I felt that in my heart and in my soul. This is the devil reversed. This is the emperor reversed. This is the Two of Pentacles reversed. Some of you guys, it's like, I understand because I can see in his face. You're like, I don't know which truth to believe. Because the boat says one thing, and now the boat is to me representing the established sources of authority, right? My school book said, you know, or the government says, or but research says, science says, right? I saw this really, really, really great TikTok earlier today. And basically the point of it was like scientists can be bought just as easily as politicians. Some of you guys do not know which truth to believe. And you've got the official message coming in, and then you've got spirit coming in. You see how your eyes are looking towards spirit? And this guy is nervous. This guy really doesn't know what to choose. Oh, man. You're the best. They said to me, look what's in his hat. That didn't come from the boat. Okay? These feathers didn't come from that boat. Where'd those feathers come from? Spirit. Okay? That to me says you already have in the past given yourself permission to accept as truth messages that have been brought to you by spirit versus by the established order, right? You found something that spirit communicated to you and you're like, yep, I'm going to put this in my cap and take it forward with me. All right, that's interesting too. Then they say, but these feathers should be over the third eye. And they're not. They're almost kind of tucked back behind his ear, right? So this is great. Great information, all right? Because the third eye is the seat of imagination, okay? And when we begin to think of all the different things that could potentially play out, oh man, you guys are doing double duty. We're sabotaging our own intuition, okay? Because we have to understand that this little spot right here, it's a little lens, okay? Not only can it observe, it can project. Okay? And so be really, really careful with your thoughts, okay? Understand, shit could hit the fan tomorrow. Do you know that? Like, dominoes could just fall and our entire world be completely different than it was when we woke up this morning. It's possible. We just all need to know that that is a possible timeline that could play out. And then be okay with it. Okay? Having faith. Here's another 7 of Cups. There's a 9 of Cups. Yes! The world you should be imagining is the world that you wish for. You know that? All the potential timelines that could possibly play out. And here's a mind bender for you guys, okay? We're all here in this moment on the same timeline, but have we always been? Because I don't think it ever was Jiffy. I think it's always been Jiff. Mandela effect stuff. But there are people who are like, I remember it was Jiffy. No, I don't. I don't think, like on my timeline, it's always been Jeff. I was a Peter Pan girl myself, but damn, doing it to me. All right, all these majors. We have the Hierophant Reverse, okay? The falling of just established truths. Like authority, right? Because let's go back to this. Oh, man. All right. Those who are in power right now want to keep you questioning things. They love it when you're confused because you can go to them for help. Okay? He's climbing out of something. Oh my God. You guys, I'm so sorry. I did not know we were going to do a reading. Wheel of Fortune popped up and was like, let's talk. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, what do you want to know? These cards are alive. They are moving. These visuals are intense. I promise. I ain't even smoked anything in a couple of weeks. Okay, but that's how my clairvoyance works. All right, they will show me a scene and then show me like what the like before, during, after kind of stuff that's going on. Right, man. Oh, okay. All right. So here's the devil scene. Okay, and there he is. I feel like, look how he is. He's got this lever. They almost show me him like stirring a pot, right? And here are the people who are chained to his podium, of course. And then they show me this emperor getting out of something. Okay? The emperor represents authority, right? It almost looks to me like the emperor, and I am so sorry on the focus, okay? The emperor has been sitting in this chair, but look, this thing above him has been like keeping him in his place, in his seat. And he suddenly is like, I gotta get up here, I got stuff I gotta do. He's holding this wand is very magician-y. Then we got the bee, which is a symbol of multidimensionality. It's almost like I relate. You're like, okay, what do I do? Do I focus on my ascension? Do I focus on like the world falling apart? Do I focus here? Do I focus there? Okay. And Spirit's saying, you know what? It is a good idea to kind of be aware of what's going on in the world if it leads to your liberation. Okay? All right. I got you. They want me to talk about this Emperor, Roman numeral 4, as the fourth density, reality. Okay? You guys, this is going to sound crazy, but this is what's coming through. It's almost like they're making me feel like there's some sort of technology. Something, and when I say technology, understand what, like, how do I explain that? The energetic technology exists. Not like a machine, okay? But like, almost like a force field or something like that, okay? That's been, oh man, my head's hurting now. Held over us, okay? That's meant to keep us kind of asleep. And specifically what they're trying to prevent is ascension to the fourth density. I don't know, I haven't talked about it here in a while, but I don't believe in the jump from 3D to 5D. Dimensions are for space-time. We're here dimensions are for time-space. We're here in space-time, right? We're here in the physical manifestation of what goes on in the dimensions, okay? And this is for here, it makes more sense to talk about densities. So the 7 densities of consciousness. If you're not familiar with that concept, look it up. Check out, like I did a TikTok reel recently just explaining what it is. And I still need to do the follow-up where I go into each of the 7 densities, okay? That's Soul School Molly right now, but I've decided that it's just really good and healthy for me to have my own personal account to play around with. So I will be creating a business account real quick, okay? What's this guy? He's getting out of his seat too. This is the Hierophant. He's not getting out of his seat. It's like he's... Oh my God. He's got the controls to this thing. You see this thing in the sky? Okay, it looks static. But in my mind, these arms are just like kind of going out in these different directions. And it's like this emperor is like, oh shit, I'm a multidimensional being. I got somewhere to be. Which I love. I love it. And then we have the universe reverse as well. This, oh, I know what you're talking about. This is a cycle that's not yet complete. Okay? Remember I said before, like what has gone around is coming back around. And we just have to wait. Right now what's going on is that we are, in a way, can we use a different word? Being notified. I didn't want to say warned. Being notified that on a pretty big scale, right now, we're waiting for an old cycle to finish itself out. I know, right? And the new one's going to be amazing. But it's like there are, what's a good, can I come up with a metaphor for that? It's just like that sometimes. You start a process and you're like, oh shit, we gotta wait for this to finish before we can go do the next thing. Okay? We gotta wait for this to finish before we can do the next thing. But I feel also like a lot of people are looking at this, watching this, understanding exactly what it is. It's, man, I get it. Yes. So this Hierophant somehow is able, I don't know, these are wheels, and he's turning these wheels, okay? And then these wheels, this just the image, is making these things go back and forth like this, okay? And then that happening above the emperor is somehow keeping him like from ascending to the fourth density, all right? What's going to happen? This energy is going to lose the power to be able to do that. You see how, oh my God, you're right. The Hierophant and the devil are both, like he's got his little lever. This guy's got some wheels. And when you think about what does the devil represent versus what does the Hierophant represent, those are supposed to be polar opposites, right? But what if they're both running the same machine? Oof, I hear you. What if they're both running the same operation? Take it as it resonates, okay? I'm just the messenger. Okay. We're going to do Sacred Traveler first because it talks about journeys. This is the most random. I like this. This is going back to what I was saying. The timeline that you should be focused on is the one that makes you happy, okay? Wondrous universe. Walk in beauty. Walk in beauty. It's like magic. Aww. Okay. Oh. Dang. The Hermit's getting a promotion. If he gets out of that chair, okay? Because we're all this character, okay? The Emperor, the King of Swords reverse, the guy doing the juggling, right? And the Hermit and this Magician are the same character. Some of you guys have done a lot. Here's the thing. You've been in inner seeking mode for so long, you don't even know how much smarter you've gotten because you haven't yet turned your skills into, you haven't started working with them yet. Some of you are like, no, I'm just going to keep studying. I'm just going to keep studying. I'm just going to keep inner searching. I'm just going to keep doing the work. You can do the work or you can do the magic. I really, truly feel that, oh man, it's the same person. Look at what he's like in this world now versus the world that he could be living in if he chose to allow it. You guys, do you know what's been happening over the last 2 years? A whole bunch of human beings have turned within and realized that they're magical. What happens if we take that and we turn back out now and look at the world that we live in and collectively imagine the highest outcome for us all? Manifestation is not just about getting your next paycheck. Manifestation is not just about little things. We have the ability, all of us magicians everywhere, all over the world, to change the timeline. Oh my God, I love it. That we go forward on by simply focusing our attention in that direction. I feel like Bashar. I feel like Bashar right now. Okay? I don't know why, but I feel like Bashar. I have been seeing a lot of that pop up in like feeds and stuff lately. A lot of Bashar talking about just focusing on the reality that you desire. And he even had this thing where he said, just like tomorrow when you wake up, just assume that the world you live in is the world that you want it to be. And conduct yourself as if you're living in that world. Don't be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. That's a waste of time. No, it's not. It's not. Nothing's a waste of time. Nothing's a waste of time. Nothing small is a waste of time. Nothing at all. You know? If you're like, I'm not going to pick up that trash off the ground because the world's all going to end tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to end and with litter all over it. Or you can pick it up and make a difference. Do you know what I mean? Little tiny things like that. Man, you guys, that's the message that wants to come through. We are so incredibly powerful as a collective, but we've all been doing the work on our own. And that's how it's supposed to be. You can't change the world around you. You can only change the world within, right? And the world that you build within is going to be reflected in the world around you. It's almost as if we've been taught as above, so below, or like as without, so within. Now, baby dolls, as within, so without. We're going to flip the script. Wake up tomorrow and just start living by the rules of the world that you want to be living in. Those norms, okay? Those norms. Not of this fucky situation that we find ourselves in now. Pardon my language. Honestly, don't pardon my language, because I get maybe I don't even get advertising money from YouTube, because they don't pay you until you've made $100, and I think I make like 2 cents a month. So 10 years from now, I'll be getting a check. And if I have to not cuss to get that check, fuck it. All right, so we're going to do another sacred journey, see what's going on. Sacred traveler, pardon me. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Trust that there is a divine plan. Take action with passion. Okay? Trust that there is a divine plan. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. Even if it doesn't make sense to you, because they're giving me the alchemist vibes. And I'm talking about the novella, the story by Paulo Coelho. I don't know if I can pronounce it. Because in that story, I don't want to ruin it for you. But this guy sets out on a mission, right? And he's really just following his own happiness. He's like, you know what? I've been doing this one thing all my life. What if I just did this other thing instead? And that is how creation takes place. He's like, I've been doing this thing my whole life. What if I just, I always said to myself, wouldn't it be great to just go do this other thing? And then he goes and he does the other thing, and it's almost like he follows the path in front of him, and it ends up putting him exactly where he's supposed to be, right? It's like, I don't know why I want to bring that up. Okay, we're going to do Harry Potter, okay? Because I have to explain this moment in this book. When we're reading Harry Potter in the last books, okay, what they need to do is they have to find the diadem of Rowena Ravenclaw. Am I right? It's like in book 7. How many books are there? Were there 7 books? It's in the last book, okay? And here's how well this was written. I know this because I read the entire Harry Potter series in 19 days. So if you read it and like over a course of a couple of years and you didn't have this realization, don't worry, okay? So I get to book 7 and I'm reading this scene and I'm like, yo, I remember this other scene in book 2 where we knew it was there all along. And that's how following your passion, following your intuition, following your inner voice works. You get to the place that you were supposed to be and you were there all along. And it's beautiful. It's like freaking Dorothy, right? Everything she ever had was there all along. Take action with passion. That's exactly what you guys need to do, what we all need to do. Let's take action with passion. And then we've got, where'd they go? I just had that deck in my hand. Spellcasting Oracle cards. Final card for this reading. Or actually, it's as many cards as want to come out, but I'll leave it with this deck. And we didn't even get the Wheel of Fortune. Spirit says you didn't need to. We didn't need it. He's here all along. It's just a constant in the universe. Did you ever, like, if you guys have been like studying or watching tarot for a long time, do you ever look back and realize how much your perception of certain cards have changed? Like, there's a point in my life, you show me a Tower card, I'm going to go cry. I don't want things. I can't do that. Now you show me a Tower card and I'm like, ha 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 ha, good. It's just what the world has done to me. That's what I've done to myself. Beautiful. Remember I'm talking about like you're powerful, I'm powerful, she's powerful, we're powerful together. And together, what are we doing? We are pursuing our own individual passions, right? So here we have this word, compassion. Come together, okay? This is like working together with passion, okay? Some of you guys, what happens is this path is going to open up before you, and you're like, I don't know, that sounds fun. Why don't I follow it? Because, side note, they do want me to talk about this. A lot of you guys, in the course of your transformation, and you're discovering you've got these talents, yes. And it's like, you're like, wow, I'm magical. I didn't realize I was magical. What am I supposed to do with this? Guess what? You don't have to spend the time thinking about that. All you have to do is follow the signs and you'll end up there. You'll end up there. If you're stressing yourself out, if you're carrying the entire weight on your back, saying, how am I supposed to save the world? By just like, go to the beach tomorrow and something will pop up, I'm sure. Okay? This is one person going through this on their own. You see, look what are you doing? Look what are you doing? Looking at a light. You know what else that card represents? The world card? Connection. Connection. And this is reversed. Saying what we need to do is take what each of us is doing on the inside and bring it together with others. And if you're like, well, but who and when and how and where? Put that down. Stop trying to fulfill your destiny and just follow the path that's in front of you. Just do what feels good next. Do what's going to make you happy next. Follow where your passion is leading you. Because let's really think about it. I've been coming across, I know, it's 41 minutes, but you guys, we're channeling, we're getting it out. These, the argument lately that our thoughts don't really, they're not generated from in here so much as we pick them up from the field around us, okay? Don't think with passion's the same way. Right? Some of us identify so closely with our passions that we think they're coming from within us. But what if it's like feeling passionate or feeling excited, feeling inspired about something is really just the universe telling you that's your thing. That's your purpose. That's how you can best help the world. Okay? But also in general, I really do want anybody out there who's looking around at the world today saying, what do I do to not take that all on yourself, okay? Because manifestation lesson. The harder you're working towards something, trying to make something happen, you're not creating the space for the universe to just hand it to you, right? What if that's true about finding your purpose and fulfilling your purpose? What if we're all just trying so freaking hard to find our purpose that is what is causing it to elude us? That's the final message. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so fortunate to have had that come in and share that with you. But they're literally just like mic drop, mic drop, mic drop. Everybody's trying so freaking hard to manifest fulfilling their purpose that they're chasing it away. What if, imagine, it's already done. It's already done. Imagine, just imagine. Okay, I play this game with myself. I just adopt a belief that would be most useful to me at that time. Okay, imagine what if nothing in the entire world, including yourself, could prevent you from fulfilling your destiny. You don't know what it is, just go out there, just start doing things. What feels good? You want to buy a van and turn it into a tiny home? Do you want to go live off grid? Do you want to sell everything you own and travel the world? Whatever feels good because Spirit's like, psst, hey, it's all right there. And it's a win-win situation. You do what feels good, you fulfill your mission. But the harder we try to manifest that, the more we chase it away. Okay? Oh my gosh, Spirit, Soul School family, I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. I'll see you again soon.